It was unknown territory for both of us.
I sometimes like to have a little break from the character when I go home at night and have some fish and chips.
People are like, what's it called? I was like, I think it's called Anemone.
Easy for you to say, innit?
It's just been a pure joy, really, from beginning to end. I mean, in many ways, it was no different to all the other things that we've chosen to work on together over the years. And yet, at the same time, it was unknown territory for both of us, going into this, like starting from scratch and not knowing what we'd end up with, and really not knowing if it would end up being something that could go into production, which we didn't know. And so we're sort of both, I think, quietly amazed by the outcome of it.
Hello,
How
nice
does
to
it feel
see
about
you.
the year, the comebacks, you know, Oasis, Boyzone just announced they're back, and now DDL. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Daniel Day-Lewis back, along with the other greats.
Yeah,
good year it is.
Yeah, it is indeed. Yeah, I'm glad Oasis are back, especially. I love them, and but also Daniel himself, and I think he's come back and really made an impact with this film. I mean, the scale and the focus and the power of his acting is it's obviously still there, and I think he proves it in this film. Yeah.
Did you learn much from him, like kind of, because he immersed himself so fully in the project? Did you take anything from that?
I don't know. I mean, I didn't really take anything from that. I mean, we all have our different approaches to acting, and what works for one may not work for another. You know, I think we all try to give our all. I mean, I always throw myself totally into a part and focus and prepare, and but I sometimes like to have a little break from the character when I go home at night and have some fish and chips or whatever I like to eat on a particular day. But Daniel's approach, as we all know, is very much method, and it works for him, and it works fantastically for him.
How would you cope in the wilderness, do you think?
How would I?
How would you cope kind of in the wilderness, in the wild? How would you cope with it? Yeah.
All right, as long as I had central heating, hot water, internet, and whatever.
Cup of tea.
Yeah, cup of tea.
And if Daniel and yourself were to kind of be up for the Oscar chat, how does that feel? How do you feel about all that buzz?
I don't really take much notice of that. I just try and get on with what I'm doing, and hope people like it. I mean, I think this is a kind of mixed bag in a way. It's a dark film, but it's got it's a very deep psychological drama with two very conflicted and characters, and I think there's some people who will really respond to that, and there's some people who won't. It's very much of its own kind. It's not there to hold your hand and tell you what's happening throughout the film. It's very unapologetic in its approach, and you make of it what you will.
And just one more, any other genres that you haven't done yet? Anything else you really want to get stuck into?
I just can't think. Can you look?
Jazz
musical, yeah,
sure.
I'd like to do a musical.
Would you actually?
Yeah.
You could be the baritone voice, couldn't you?
I think so, yeah.
I'd love to see the jazz hands, hopefully 2026.
Thank you.
The comebacks, not only Oasis, this guy over here.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me what happened when you just got the script and you had an inkling of who might be in this film.
It was actually the first. I've got an app called Speechify, and I'm not even plugging it. They're not paying me out. I just think it's really, really good. But it's the first time I'd ever used it, and it sort of like tells the story to you instead of me having to read it. Because I've always been like a really, really slow reader. So that wasn't a different experience. You know what I mean? Because it was the first time actually like using that, which I actually use all the time now.
You should be a voice on it.
So
Your voice is amazing.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much. A couple of years ago, I was like a mumbling, stuttering mess, but I think I've got better at doing this sort of stuff.
Great.
Obviously, like the amazing people attached to it is always a massive draw, but like the story itself was just a beautiful story about two brothers reconnecting, and yeah, I enjoyed it.
So Sam, growing up, did he think that he'd be in a film with the Oscar winner Daniel Day-Lewis? Just soak that up. And Sean Bean. I mean, these names are just idols, right?
Yeah, it's a dream come true for any actor, young or old, to work with to work with these sort of people. But yeah, young Samuel didn't think he'd be in a film at all, to be fair. So,
So how have you done it? What's the key? What's your advice for other young
oh
Samuels?
my gosh, I don't know. I suppose just work hard and keep going at it.
Yeah,
See
and the
where
fact
it
that you've
takes you.
not just got one dad in this, you've got 2 dads and they're
Yeah, yeah.
absolute legends.
I know, yeah.
So was it just really fun working with them?
Oh, it was just like, I think I subconsciously probably picked up so many little things from working with them. You know, like, I mean, I think I had like 1 scene with Daniel, and then only a few scenes with Sean, and most of my stuff was with Samantha Morton. But yeah, like, such a luxury to like go to school with them guys. You know what I mean?
So, OBE, Samantha. I mean, that's pretty
Exactly,
cool, isn't it?
exactly,
Incredible.
yeah.
And was there any kind of drinking of Guinness off set? Did you go to the pub? Did you head to the
I
pub, to
didn't-
the wilderness pub?
I did have a Guinness, yes, I did have a Guinness. But these guys were filming like in the wilderness. I got like Cheshire, which I'm happy about it, you know.
Near to home, was it?
Yeah,
Oh,
not
I
too
love
far.
it. And what happens next for 2025? Because I feel like there's no stopping you. You've done so many amazing things already.
Yeah, just hopefully keep going. I've got a couple of things coming out next year, sorry. Yeah, probably this year, next year. I'm not too sure when they're all coming out actually, but yeah, just keep plugging away and keep auditioning.
And hopefully a new deal with Speechify.
Yeah, Speechify.
Speechify.
Easy for you to saying it.
First of all, how long did it take you to be able to say
Anemone. For the longest time, I was like, people were like, what's it called? I was like, I think it's called Anemone. But it's like a bit in Finding Nemo, isn't it? Where they're like, Anemone. But now I can say it, Anemone.
Amazing. And when you got
Confidently.
the script and kind of the whole idea pitched to you, and you saw the names,
Yes.
Daniel, did you think, hang on, no, he doesn't act anymore? What?
Yeah, I thought, what? And also, like, when the script originally came through, obviously they co-wrote it, but when the script comes through the first time, it doesn't always tell you who's writing it, especially if they have, like, they don't want you to tell you straight away sort of thing. So I kind of came on board, and then I met Ronan, and then it was almost like I started to find out that everybody was attached and who had made it and all of those things. And I was suddenly, like, twiddling my thumbs, like, cool, so in 2 weeks' time, that's where I'm going. Amazing.
But how does the conversation go with your mates? Because these names are massive. They're
Yeah.
not just, they're ridiculous names.
Yeah.
Did you just kind of name drop here and there in the pub? Or
You
how did it happen?
can't name drop this. You can't say it. People think you're either lying or you're mad. So I was just like, oh, I'm in a film. It comes out on November 7th. And they were like, great. And I was like, who's in it? I was like, Daniel Day-Lewis. And they were like, yeah, sure, Saf. So I'm just excited for the film to come out, and then they'll see it's true.
I love it. How do you feel about living in the wild yourself? How do you
Yeah.
cope with it? What would you want to live with in the woods? Like, what would you take with you?
Oh my gosh, in the woods. Waterproofs. I hate being wet and cold. Hot water bottles, so I need a kettle, so I need power. So I need a house, and a road and a car.
Yes. I was thinking maybe like a saxophone, because it would just
Saxophone?
You could get better at it.
Oh, wow,
And end up
like a
playing,
hobby.
Playing a Twister at the end of it.
That would be pretty cool. I don't think I could do saxophone because I'm slightly tone deaf, but I could maybe like knit.
Knit your own jumper.
Exactly.
Amazing. So how do you cope having the most amazing dad ever? I mean, how cool is that? I mean, your surname's pretty cool as well.
Pretty cool, yeah.
You can't really go under the radar with the surname Day-Lewis.
No.
can you?
Yeah, it would
So
be hard
when he
to.
was taking that time out, did you just take him to one side and be like, look, Dad, I miss you on the screen. Can we
Yeah.
do something together? What happened?
Yeah, it was actually more like he came up to me, and after he had decided to stop acting for a while, I think one of the sadnesses he felt about it was that we might never get the chance to collaborate together, because he knew I wanted to make films, and so it was, yeah, we kind of talked about just generally finding something we could both get excited about, and it took us a couple of years, but then it turned out we both were kind of fascinated with this idea of brotherhood as a kind of a theme, so that just became the seed for us, and it was a very gradual process of the script kind of coming together over a few years, and it didn't really become real until we had almost a full script, but there wasn't really, that kind of luring out of like retirement or anything.
Out of his lair.
Yeah.
Did you have to give him some advice and a pep talk to kind of get back in the game?
No, I mean, I definitely didn't give him advice. I mean, I think that just the fact that we had worked together on it for such a long time, it felt like there was that kind of ease and that trust there that I think just helped the transition into actually shooting it. Yeah.
The thing about families that you can kind of talk to them a bit, badly. can't
Yeah,
you?
yeah,
Was there
yeah.
a little bit of squabbling on set or like behind the scenes?
No, not really. Surprisingly not. Yeah, no, it was, I think, like again, having gotten a lot of the kind of more detailed decisions and conversations out of the way about the character and kind of his world, it was it was pretty. We had a pretty good shorthand by the time we got to set, so not a ton had to be said. And I think it also helped that we were pretty loose about rehearsal. Like we would kind of work through the next day's scenes every night together, and we found a good balance point between the kind of visual aspect of it and him feeling free to kind of claim the space and really move through it in a.
Like, Dad, can we stop now? Can we just like watch TV and eat some food and not talk about work?
Yeah.
And did he time it to coincide with Oasis's big comeback as well?
Time what?
Did time it for the big Oasis comeback?
Oh yeah. No, that was from the beginning. That was always yeah.
Did you manage to see them?
No, sadly. Did you?
Look at this.
Oh, amazing! I did see that. That's amazing.
How
How was it?
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
And so, is it art or film going forward? Because you are an artist
Yeah.
as well. What happens next?
I hope both. Yeah. My plan is to try to keep doing both as much as possible, and I really see them as kind of two expressions of the same thing. So yeah.
Amazing. And if you do get your dad another Oscar, does this mean that you kind of got a lot of brownie points with the fam?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah.